It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair and Waterproofing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey there, good morning to you on Friday. Happy Friday to you. Made it to the weekend, and it is now August 1st. And
that's crazy.
It is crazy, and we got a cool down upon us after what we experienced the first part of the week.
All right. Here is a look at some news. A 28-year-old teacher is accused of killing an Arkansas couple in front of their two young girls, 7 and 9 years old, while the family was out hiking on a trail at Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas. Andrew James McGann was picked up after a 5-day search. He was found at a barber shop in Springdale, which is close to where the trail system is. McGann is charged with capital murder and is being held without bond. No word yet on his possible motive. We know McGann taught in Texas and Oklahoma prior to getting hired by Springdale Public School District, but he had not yet started working there.
And police say he admitted to it during the interrogation. So it'd be interesting to figure out what he says happened, because it's just unfathomable.
Yeah, and they were able to track him down because they had very little to go on, but there were other people hiking that day. So the police were able to get into contact with some of them and look through all their camera rolls to see if they had like any accidental, people in the background that you capture sometimes, and pieced it all together. They had a lot of public input, a lot of public tips.
It was a lot of really good police work, because they got a description of the car, and then they were able to. This is that picture. If you're
from
watching,
behind,
you can see that picture that somebody took of him from behind. They then were able to kind of come up with a sketch. I don't know how closely that matches his face. But
his side-by-side mugshot, it's not the greatest sketch. Yeah. It's not bad, but like once you see it side by side, right. His nose is different. Yeah,
they were flying blind. But what they were able to do was, with the vehicle description, follow that vehicle on doorbell cameras and people's cameras outside their houses, and kind of have an idea of where it was going and where it went. So 5 days is pretty quick whenever, nobody really saw it except for the children.
Yeah.
And God bless them.
Yeah. It seems like there's not a connection, because that family had just moved to Arkansas from South Dakota. Their water was turned on like 2 weeks ago. It feels random.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah. Well, and also it's called Devil's Den, and it makes me wonder if he was some crazed, evil, like no motive, no.
Well, he was evil.
Well, yes, if
this turns out to be true,
I'm talking like demonic, which I guess evil is.
Well, again, yeah. If this turns out to be true and he was the one who did it,
yeah, I
would put him in the category.
Yeah. All right. Now, in other news, about 150 small dogs, primarily Shih Tzus and Chihuahuas, have been rescued in Christian County by the Humane Society. Those dogs were kept in a hoarder's home. They're very malnourished. They have some skin and neglect issues, but they were picked up. They are headed to St. Louis for hopeful recovery. They say this is about one of the largest rescues that they've had in more than 10 years.
In Christian County?
No, by the Humane Society of Missouri.
Oh, the whole state. Wow.
Yeah. I can remember a few really big ones in northern Greene County, maybe up into possibly like on the Greene Polk County line, Fairgrove. I can remember a few years and years ago in reporting, and at that time saying that it was like one of the largest, and this also is one of the largest. So,
okay. Meanwhile, 2 Missouri lawmakers and a resident of Missouri are suing, claiming that the Senate bill that the state is pushing to try to keep the Kansas City Chiefs and Royals in Missouri is unconstitutional. State Senator Mike Moon from Ash Grove, of course. We know him. He's one of the 3 filing the suit, saying that the incentives passed in a special session grant of public money let me start that over again. He says that the incentives passed in a special session would grant public money to private persons and is a direct gift or bribe to the owners of the Chiefs and Royals. At issue, more than $1 billion in state money that would be available to the teams over time if they stayed in Missouri and built either a new stadium or refurbished Arrowhead. Interesting. We'll watch out.
It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting.
Well, I would imagine that part of that goes to voters who already said no to paying for that. You know, I would think that would be somehow part of the court case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's interesting, too, that Mike Moon, of course, from Ash Grove, is one of the three, because these people are not saying they're not fans. They're saying this is not constitutional, you
Can't
know?
do it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. We'll watch it play out. Today, some good news. It's a party over at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Springfield. They have some new digs for teenagers. The new Risdell Family Teen Center for Great Futures is having a grand opening today, 10 in the a.m. this morning. It's on West Catalpa, just north of Parkview High School. That's where it's going to be located. Some great spaces on campus, study rooms, media room, esports room, so video games.
That's interesting.
Library, barbershop, gym, mental health clinic, dance studio, cafeteria, and more. So it's going to be a nice place for some kids who need a good space.
Yes, very cool. Missouri's metro areas saw unemployment rates go up in June. That includes the Springfield area. Our metro, according to the labor statistics, that includes Greene, Christian, Dallas, Polk, and Webster counties. Unemployment in June went up to 4.2%. It was 3.7% in May. All right, mark your calendar. It is coming up soon and very soon. The birthplace of the Route 66 Festival is coming back to downtown Springfield, August 8th and 9th. So if you love being out and about, this is the event for you. The city is looking for volunteers. They need about 100 people to help organize this thing as a volunteer, which will include kind of helping organize and run the show for live music, car and motorcycle shows, food exhibits, vendors, shopping, you name it. They need volunteers, lots of manpower. Okay. They're expecting about 65,000 attendees, and you can check it out and sign up at the website, Route 66 Festival SGF.com. Route 66 Festival SGF.com.
Yeah, we've been there several times, and it's neat to see it grow. And Springfield celebrate the route because we had a big part to play in it. If you are a fan of Missouri State football Bears and beer, then you should
quite
know
a combination.
The team logo will be on Bud Light cans during this year's Division I football games. How about that? The beer is available in 24 packs over at your local Price Cutter, Hy-Vee, Walmart, some liquor stores as well. MSU Athletic Director Patrick Ransdell said the opportunity allows the university to get its brand out there after a new conference switch over to Conference USA and to the NCAA Division I Football Bowl subdivision, which is a big deal. That's the highest level of college football and the same division as the University of Missouri up in Columbia. So,
I'm excited for the season. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be rough. Maybe. But, sometimes you honestly rise to the occasion and surprise everybody. So I'm expecting big things.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm hopeful for good things, but football, there aren't too many surprises in football over the course of a season.
Right. Yeah.
Football, there are other sports where the lesser team can win with a good strategy. And I guess that can happen with football, but most of the time the better team wins in football.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens this season. It's going to be tough, though. That's for sure. We mentioned it a few times this week, but it's worth mentioning again because now it is upon us. It is tax-free weekend, started at midnight this morning. It runs through Sunday at midnight, so it's 3 days of no state, city, or county sales tax when you're purchasing things that could be back-to-school items. So supplies for back-to-school, clothing, electronics. You can check out exactly what the lists are and what counts as no tax on the State Department of Revenue website. But I know computers are on there because I'm going over to get me one this morning.
Yeah.
Or get us one.
All things back to school. Oh,
Yeah.
really? I see what you did there, Ethan. All right. Dive in at the movie theater. The Bolivar Aquatic Center tonight is hosting the First We Mine, Then We Craft, Let's Minecraft. That's kind of cute. It is the Aquatic Center's upcoming dive-in movie featuring Minecraft. It starts at dusk. The pool closes when the movie is done. The admission is a donation to the Animal Pound there in Bolivar. Should be a great time. Also this weekend, starting today through Sunday at Silver Springs Park here in Springfield, they're having like a park day reunion of sorts. This is where families can come together with your whole family. And there's going to be a lot of family friendly events happening at Timmons Hall, a parade on Saturday at noon, a picnic and social following the parade, some sports competitions, live music, and just a good time. Just a good time put on by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, which they sponsor our show. We are super thankful for them. You can figure out all the details on that happening at Silver Springs Park. Just visit parkboard.org. Parkboard.org.
All
Look
right.
under their events tab. And then finally, it is the fair. And this is the last weekend. So you have today and tomorrow to get out there. And the weather's a little cooler. So no better weekend to close out on
Yeah.
the 89th annual fair than one in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. It's
so-
going to be fantastic out there tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah, not too shabby at all. Tonight is the freestyle bullfighting. So not for the faint of heart. But I'm sure it's going to be a sight to behold. And then tomorrow night is the truck and tractor pull. So there you go. That's what we
Okay.
got.
There's a lot going on.
Lots going on. It's going to be great.
Lot going on. And
Okay,
of course, we
everyone.
got contests running at AroundTheOzarks.com. You can check that out. We're celebrating 3 years of the Around the Ozarks News podcast. Thank you for being with us.
No doubt. Thanks. You guys
yeah.
tell people also. Tell people because we still meet people all the time who are like, we wish you still did news. We do. We do still do news. Hyper local
That's true.
news 5 days a week. So
That's true.
except for I'm glad that you didn't tell them in the month of July because we were gone forever, but we're back now. So anyway, thanks for hanging with us. And thanks to all the people who are willing and able to fill in. Y'all are the best.
Yeah, it takes a village.
It
Thank
does.
you, and have a fantastic weekend. We'll see you back here bright and early on Monday.
Bye-bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Friday. I get the fantastic job of delivering great weekend weather for you across the Ozarks. It is going to be a fantastic day. Make sure you plan some time today, tomorrow, or Sunday, or all three, to head outdoors and enjoy this cooler weather that is greeting us for the start of the month of August. It feels more like fall. Seriously, we have temperatures in the low 60s this morning. It is going to warm up into the upper 70s and low 80s today, tomorrow, and on Sunday, with weekend numbers looking well below average. So great weekend weather ahead, cooler temperatures, and pleasant weather. What's in store for us today? A little bit hazy to start this morning with temperatures right around 60 degrees, but I expect the sunshine this afternoon and a high temp in the upper 70s in Springfield. It is going to be a gorgeous day in the Ozarks. And we have this really dominant high pressure system that's settling into the Ozarks for the weekend. It's going to mean a whole lot of sunshine, lots of dry time, and really nice, cool, clear overnight low temperatures. We are going to see some serious radiational cooling. What that is when the sun goes down, we allow the temperature to cool off a little bit in the night. Temperatures will fall back into the 50s a couple of mornings. It's going to be way below average and seriously chilly in the morning. So you might need a long sleeve jacket. Think about that. If you have any outdoor plans this weekend, if you'll be out late in the evening, heading to a bonfire, if you're camping, dare I say, it's going to be a little bit on the cool side in the early morning hours, but afternoons look lovely with temperatures warming up into the 70s to near 80 degrees. High temperatures look fantastic all 3 days. Sunday a bit warmer with 80s likely returning to the forecast, but my point here is to tell you the weekend looks awesome. So make some outdoor plans. It's not often that we get treated to this type of weather at the end of July and early August, so enjoy it. We will see the isolated storm chances return to the forecast early next week, but I do expect dry conditions for the weekend forecast. So just good news all around here. Check, check, check. Things are looking great. And I do have a nice clear sky in our forecast as well. I expect mostly sunny skies through the course of the next couple of days. 78 degrees, the high temperature forecast in Springfield today. Maybe cooler tomorrow, 76 for the high temperature. And then we're back into the upper 70s and low 80s by the time we get to Sunday. Temperatures remain on the cool side of average for Monday of next week, but I think Monday is when we start to see some clouds return to the forecast. And as I mentioned, I think an isolated storm chance returns for Monday and Tuesday of next week also. Around the country, we are not the only ones getting this nice cool down. They are also expecting some much cooler weather on the East Coast for much of the Mid-Atlantic. It is looking like an awesome weekend there too. Cooler temperatures on deck for much of the country after we all have seen kind of a persistent heat wave for the last 2 weeks. I also expect that some folks up in the northern tier of the country see some wildfire smoke from the Canadian wildfires impacting the Great Lakes region this weekend, perhaps drifting down into the Mid-Atlantic. And then we also see critical fire weather conditions happening for the Pacific Northwest, the Great Basin, and the Four Corners. So there are definitely some hazards to watch across the country this weekend. But for us here in the Midwest, things are looking super duper nice. Here's a look at the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question from yesterday. What is a common weather change associated with the passage of a cold front? The options are A, warmer temperatures and clear skies, B, increased humidity and gentle breezes, C, cooler temperatures and possible precipitation, or D, stable air and no clouds. Well, the most common weather change associated with the cold front is cooler temperatures, kind of in the name there, but also possible precipitation. Oftentimes, as that cool air invades, it kind of forces some of the moisture out. And we do oftentimes see showers and thunderstorms, or even just an addition of cloud cover and light precip out of some of that low cloud deck that it brings with it. Here's the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. What weather phenomenon often associated with a cold front is characterized by a narrow band of intense showers and thunderstorms? What do you think that is? Do you think it's A, a tornado, B, a squall line, C, a heat wave, or D, a fog bank? You can submit your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. I sure appreciate you listening this morning. I hope everyone has a fantastic and safe weekend. Enjoy the weather. Welcome to August. We don't get this cooler than average treat very often. Talking high temperatures in the upper 70s, low temps in the 50s this weekend. So enjoy. We'll chat again Monday morning.